Hey everybody, it is nostalgia time once again, and welcome to the fourth and final part of the Toshiba mini-series. There are just 9 models remaining, so we're going to take a look at all 9 of them in this episode. The first one is the B variant of the C50, which, just like we saw in the other one, comes with Windows 8. So we're just waiting now for the out-of-box experience. Well, not really the out-of-box. So we're going to give that as much time as it needs to start. But in addition, I'll go ahead and take care of the A100 and A105 series of laptops. This one, I believe, came bundled with Windows XP. And yes, it did, as we can tell by the RAM disk image. And we can see the recovery utility loading up on here. And then we will shortly see our next screen. See the Rika deployer and everything else coming up. So, yep, we will do this in English. This one is in English. So, select an option. We will do the Toshiba Recovery Wizard. And it says, warning, when the recovery is executed, all data will be deleted and rewritten. If you are restoring from a backup, make sure that all important backup If you are restoring from a backup, make sure all important data is backed up and Windows is configured to the way you want it restored. This is what it was translated to in English. Now, this was the English translation of the Russian copy from the last episode. But here we get 2 options: recovery of factory default software and erase hard disk. So clicking erase hard disk will just wipe the partitions clean and do nothing. So, if the computer is going in for recycling, you just use it to securely wipe the hard drive. Or if you're giving away, we can just go ahead and restore the factory default software, which is what we will be doing. And this says all partitions will be deleted and you will lose all data. Press next to start. And now it begins. So this is the English translation of all of those menus and prompts from the Russian copy of the similar manner. HDD space is too small to create partition. Okay, let's try that again. Meanwhile, here's the A100, so we're going to restore to the factory default software. And we can recover to a custom size partition. We'll restore it to the out-of-box state. And now, this restore has begun. And this is just like the other one. You can see that now it shows the time that is remaining. So give that as much time as it needs to. There's the A200 loading up. And there's the very familiar menu that we've seen all episode. So there was the very familiar menu we've seen throughout the mini-series so far. Okay, so here is what has happened. The C50, the restore couldn't even initialize the partition. I've tried multiple drive types. I've tried SATA, I've tried STSI, I even went up to a terabyte and I got the same error. So, unfortunately, that's a no-go. The A200, I believe, is in its final stage now. And with that being considered, I'm going ahead and starting the L300, which looks to come with the XP. Speaking of the A100, everything was already installed. However, the activation timer ran out, and I'm not even going to bother renewing it this time. So let's take a look and see what this has. It has McAfee. There's the Express Media Player, which is their recovery disk creation tool. And this is Toshiba's registration card. I do not think it will open in safe mode. There's the Yahoo Music Engine. So I gotta accept the agreement and click next. And that's their privacy policy. And we'll see if it loads. There's Toshiba Assist. There's also a trial of AOL. And this is AOL 9. I see WinDVD. A trial of Easy Firewall, which I'm guessing is like a third-party firewall client. Office 2003 editions. No connection device found, just as I thought. And we're kind of still in a system preparation mode. I don't even think this is system preparation mode. It looks like it's already done. So, I see real players on here. As I said, AOL 9. There's the DVD RAM driver. WinDVD 5, McAfee. I see Office 2003 is also already installed by default. And it does not. It just opens up for a split second and then crashes. Yep. Probably because either it does not work in safe mode or the product is not activated. Either way. We got Quicken 2005. Never update on Quicken startup again. No. So, we can't even hear the intro because, basically it's talking about Quicken 2005 and what it is. My Connect. So, that's what the laptop looks like. Business traveler, traveling for pleasure, or simply always on the go. Connect today at these participating stores or locations. Connect to the internet everywhere you go. You visit this website to sign up for a MyConnect service, I'm guessing by them. And then Adobe Reader 7 is also on here, and this is the user's guide for the machine. Basic and what it includes and everything like that, some warnings and all that stuff. So, but let's continue. We have the Toshiba updates tool, the config free again, B1 and Splash. It's the Ethernet card, Real Player, QuickTime, and that really I think is it. And then buy at Toshiba Direct just pulls up an old HTML page. So here's where you can go to buy accessories for your Toshiba machine and download their software from their software center. There's a Toshiba card, and they partnered with Household Bank back in the day. Yeah, I see many retail stores and I believe it's retail stores now that do exclusive cards. Some examples I've seen so far: Southwest Airlines and Kohl's. Southwest Airlines and Kohl's are the only two I can name right now. So that's it for this one. The L300 says error, thing not found. The A200, on the other hand, is done. So our country is So this is a Polish copy. So we cannot continue until this is Polish. Is this RTM or is this? This is RTM. So this is the original released manufacturing build. And have we done all this? What is this? Fish? Is that a crocodile? I don't know. Well, let's do that. And these are the same Toshiba backgrounds we've had already. So we'll do the A200. And we can just skip past the update screen. And I can switch the time to... let's just do the West Coast. I don't care. And we will hit finish on that. And yeah, the L300 is yielding the same error. So unfortunately, that one cannot proceed. So we're going to go ahead and start the M505 next. And this one, I believe, shipped with Windows Vista or 7. Well, in fact, a lot of these shipped with Vista or 7. I did not put the disk in. So let me put it in now. There we go. Now it should boot. And what else should we start? Or is this Windows 7? We'll find out in a matter of minutes here. So this is still doing its final setup. And yep, here's the boot screen. And yep, the A200 is done. And we might as well also go ahead and start the Toshiba Satellite Pro A300. Now, this is the Pro model of the A300. This one came with Vista Business. We've already taken a look at the A300, but that one comes with Home Premium. So here we go. Restart the Toshiba Recovery Wizard on the M505. And it says, the tool could not get HDD physical information. It says, warning, when the recovery is executed, all data will be deleted and rewritten. If you are restoring from a backup, make sure all important data is backed up. Yes, we would like to proceed and restore. We have the recover to out-of-box state, which is what we will do. And yes, we would like to proceed. And this was the issue on the C50 from earlier. I tried all partition size types, and I tried all sorts of sizes. I tried 500 gigabytes, I've tried even a terabyte, and I mean, back in 2012, 2013, machines were not coming with 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte drives. They were mainly coming with basic sizes of, I'd say an average of 500 gigabytes was the decent size at the time. But, I mean, they're still including drives with sizes of 512 or 256 nowadays with these newer versions of Windows. More specifically now, Windows 11. But now SSDs can go up to like a terabyte. You know, you could ask for a 1 terabyte SSD in a pre-built machine. Or, you know, if you build your own, you know, you could go out to the store and buy a drive of any storage size you want or need. Like, you know, if I could build my own computer, I could maybe put a 2 terabyte SSD and then maybe something like 32 gigs of RAM, or maybe even bump it up to 64. But I think Windows 11's max is like 128 gigabytes, which is honestly incredible considering how powerful computers have gotten nowadays compared to the past. But anyway, here is that registration card in Polish, what we have seen already. We'll go ahead and we'll just skip that card. And then the desktop, ooh. Yeah, I feel like I didn't install VMware Tools on here, and this is already getting pretty slow. We have that SMS tool once again, and there's Norton Internet Security, and there's an A200 and a P200 manual. This is the manual for this specific model, the A200. And of course, just like before, I can't even interact with anything as much. So if we go to all programs, we have Adobe Reader 7 on here. There's the DVD Movie Factory again. And what's in this auto start? I'm thinking this is the startup folder. They just did some poor Polish translation. Yep, and it contains the media encoder, Vista Home Premium RTM, 32-bit. But wow, I'm surprised this is slow for 32-bit. But I'm not surprised either, because there's just so much bloatware on here that it's already as slow as a snail. But yeah, otherwise, that is pretty much all there is to see here. So let's just go ahead and wait for either the M505 or the A300 to complete their restore. And I will also go ahead and start the Toshiba L30, which, like I said, a majority of these machines that we're featuring in this episode are going to come with Vista or 7. So we'll give this a good moment to prepare. So, 2 Vista installations with 2 different problems. That is not good at all. So the A300 looks to have a blue screen error. Yep, IRQL not less or equal is the error. And on the L30, it says this file is either not designed to run on Windows or contains an error. And then when we click OK, Windows cannot load the winsetup.dll file to correct please run the install again. So that means we'll have to boot back to the reset disk and try it again. So, did the L30 a second time, and this time it succeeded. And the L40 is also done. The L50 is just doing its restore. This one's still taking an eternity. So this one is a home basic. Copy in Russian. This is RTM. There we go. We'll leave it at the default flower, because we haven't done this one yet. We'll do the waterfall background again. And we'll call this one L30. Skip the rest of the stuff. And over here, this is another Russian copy of Vista. This is the Home Premium Edition. And once again, we will do... Let's leave everything as they are. And we will let them both finish. So this one's moving on to what is most likely going to be a system preparation mode. And we are going to see the Toshiba software install screens in English at least. Or is it going to take us right to the out-of-box experience? But we will find out here in just a moment. Yep, it looks like it's going to load us into system preparation. You can see everything's in English. And already it is unactivated. Nice. And then here's the system preparation tool. And there's the message in full English that says finishing the installation could take several minutes. Please do not interrupt or shut down the computer. As while it's doing this, it is installing programs in the background. So I will give this several minutes to finish. And meanwhile, these two are assessing the performance. This thing has been on this screen for like 30 minutes and it hasn't done anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and force reset and let's see what the result is. And the result, boot manager is missing. So yeah, I'm not going to sit and wait for a whole half hour if it's not really going to do anything. So there goes the 505. That's a bust. And I'll go ahead and pull the discs out of these two. Oh, what is it? Oh, is it still trying to pull stuff from the drive? Yeah, I think it was still trying to pull some stuff from the drive. So maybe it needed some stuff from the disk drive. But anyway, that one's done. Accession processing message. So let's just hit try again on that. And now these two are ready. And we can see the L30's activation message. But let's see if we can try the trick on this Russian copy. So let's see if I can even do stuff on it. Nope, it'll just search for it on the web. But where do I go to change the keyboard layout though, or is it in Russian by default? Yeah, just searching for it just shows a bunch of monographs. So I see we also have a Sun Java console. Security exception. Ignored exception. But yeah, the background and I believe all the programs. Let's see if we can try. Yeah, because everything looks to be in the Russian layout. I really can't do much with this. Is the other one the same thing? Well, not necessarily, because there's Toshiba's registration card. Can't open ACPI kernel mode driver. This one, however, is a bust. So, can't do much with that one. So the L40 looks to be done. And we'll start this one up again. So, what we have here was pretty much as we've always seen it. There's the SMS, eBay, Norton Security, and Toshiba Assist, plus this looks to be the manual, which comes with Adobe Reader 7 by default. Oh, wait a minute, that's declined. And you can see, of course, it's in Russian. Is there a mention of English, or is this all Russian? The whole PDF is in Russian, of course. And we can go to all programs and we can see everything. We have Toshiba's DVD player, which I believe this is an older version this time, unlike the one we saw on Windows 8. We have, yeah, that's pretty much everything that's on here. And if we look at the system properties, this is Home Premium RTM. I'll move this over so I can show the system properties. Home Premium 32-bit. And there's the Toshiba logo. Over there, you can't see it, but there's the scroll bar. Yep, there's the Toshiba logo. So this is Home Premium. So, yeah, there's that. But then we also have a wide range of gadgets we can move off. There's a eBay and an Amazon widget, which we did not see with the other systems. And we can go to the gadgets area. Oh, we can, we just hit the plus button to add more gadgets. And you can see all the gadgets we've got. We just got the Amazon and eBay gadgets. And then we can drag the news gadget back into the sidebar. And since not everything fits, we can use the arrow buttons, of course, to switch between two pages. And this page just has the clock. And these are all the pictures and everything. So, really, that's it for this one. So, we're going to head back now to the 450 and we'll wait for that to finish. Okay, here is the out of box experience. This one's actually in UK English, but I can switch it to US because it does have a matching language. And we can type our name L450 ENG for English. Yay! This is the RTM release of Home Premium. No, because updates no longer work on 7 and they've stopped supporting it fully about a year or two ago, 2 years ago by the time this gets released. So, Home Network. And there's the English translation of the config free utility. And here's the laptop registration card. So we'll just say no to that. This is either because there was no internet connectivity or you elected. Toshiba recommends that you protect your PC with McAfee. McAfee. Sure, go ahead and activate the 30-day trial that probably will not work at all because of how old that thing is and how old this OS is as well. And very soon we should be seeing Explorer, and there it is. So let's see what the heck we've got. There's that card. We also have Skype. I'm guessing this is a full program or an installer. Yeah, this is the launcher for Skype. We also have some Wild Tanget games. This is the first one to feature that. And because this is 7 RTM, it has Office 2007 preloaded. Then we got Amazon, we have eBay. Let's see what games we have. There's Plants vs. Zombies. And there's Bejeweled 2. So this is actually the first Toshiba machine to feature Wild Tank games. And then here's that bulletin board from earlier. We never got to see the bulletin board in English, so here it is. This is a sample. See, it says grab a banner corner to resize or rotate. Click here to register your notebook. Double click on thumbnail or shortcut to launch. So we can go to tools and we can. So this is like a dashboard, which is pretty neat. So I can just draw on here, whatever. And then, of course, they have their own gadgets. It's very different than the gadgets in Windows 7. I also see a config free gadget, plus an eBay gadget, a very similar gadget to what we saw in that Vista copy. And I think we can move, we can only move the sticky note within this dialog box. And I don't really know what this thing is, but we're sorry, but we are having trouble. Enable Toshiba Tempro. Sure, accept. And then it confirms we cannot recognize serial number or part number. Please enter the correct details. Invalid serial number and part number. It just takes a sample serial number from VMware. Part number, none. So it's mostly because this is not a Toshiba machine. So yeah, we can put a clock on the screen, tile. I guess this puts everything in a tile format. And then here's the Toshiba board, and we can go full screen. Well, this is as full screen as what we're going to get, because here we have the getting started, and then we have some system health, utilities, plus some recommendations here on the side. Let's go back to boards, and we'll just start with a blank board, and let's see what we can add. So we have a file, a pile. That's a pile. So this categorizes everything as a tile format. We can switch the background color. And here's all the gadgets. So we can label things. And we could even put the calendar with the date as of the time of recording. Well, not really, but in UK time, I guess. And then we can add a clock. And then what else can we do? We can add a to-do list. We can add some tasks. That's definitely next on my to-do list. So let's go to the timeline utility. Yeah, this is the. Yeah, I'm thinking this is like sort of a predecessor to the Windows 10 timeline feature. The timeline feature that would be introduced in the 2018 update of Windows 10. It's kind of unique that Toshiba introduced something like this in Windows 7. I mean, it would have been interesting if Microsoft introduced something like that into the Windows 7 OS, but unfortunately by 2018, Microsoft had already began focusing more on Windows 10, and mainstream support had already ended for Windows 7, so they would not be adding any more features to the operating system as it would then move to extended support. So that being no more new features, just security updates and nothing more. But yeah, the Duel 2 has really become a staple of the channel, of course, of this show, that is. But there's Adobe Reader 9 also on here, and that's really all there is to see. But I mean, I'm not gonna wait for this to initialize because this is gonna take forever. So we're gonna end it right here. So that's it for this edition of Nostalgia. Next time will be the 100th episode, our 100th show. And boy, have I got something big. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.